the response. How are we inviting someone to follow Christ, or how are we hear the term sometimes that we get somebody to pray a prayer or to seal the deal, or how do we kind of conclude that response? What would you guys say, or what would be a practical thing that we could walk away here and share in the gospel, but how do we get people to respond, or how do we encourage them to respond? What would you guys say?
When talking through God, man, Christ, after walking through those things and having a conversation, not a lecture, right? I don't want to sit there and just whip out my sheets of paper in the middle of whatever conversation and, hey, be quiet for a second, let me share this with you. Through conversation, when we get to Christ and say, hey, what we've walked through, right now, do you have your faith in Christ or your works? And have this dialogue and then say, hey, right now, if this is true, would you like to place your faith in Christ? Now, at that moment, there's a spiritual thing going on to where they're going to either respond with it, I'm interested in that, or they're going to reject it. But it's our job to call them to respond. Would you like to place your faith in Christ alone and what he did on the cross, his perfect life and his resurrection? If we don't ask the question and call them to respond, then there might just be, there's some information, and we might miss out what they truly believe saves them, whether it's faith or works. And so my question for people are, would you like to place your faith in this Jesus?
So what do we do at that point? This was actually a question that was texted a second ago. Let's say somebody affirms that and say, I would. Bow your head and close your eyes, raise your hand, fill out a card. I mean, what do we do there? Brian, what would you say to that?
I very rarely, I don't think I've ever had somebody just parrot a prayer after me. I would ask them to explain to me what I've just explained to you, and hear it in their own words. As they are explaining it to me, I will understand their understanding of the gospel. Does that make sense? They're telling me how much they've understood. And at that point, I would say, now is a great time for you to talk to God and to pray to him in your own words. And it's the simplest prayers. It's incredible what a new believer will pray, but that is what they need to pray, is their own prayers to the Lord.